Good Sparkle Thursday morning, afternoon, mid. I think we're kind of half and half. Um, I have been up since about 4 this morning. Um, I'm blessed. Um, we're going to kind of do this somewhat randomly, somewhat just because I got some things to talk to you about. Um, and I don't want to lose my thought. So let's do the face real quick, then we'll move forward. Of course, my foundation was a mix of the, I can't see anything today, the Estee Lauder Perfectionist Youth Infusing Serum Makeup and the Double Wear. And of course, my shade still is 1-in-1 Ivory Nude, which, yes, it's going to get a little darker. I'm going to try a little deeper shade because it's just a little too pale. And of course, my Infinity 2.0. I do that the same. I do the same thing with the foundation every day. It is what it is. If it changes, I'll let you know. Lip and cheek from Ulta in mauves for blush. Did some, very little, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning when I did my makeup this morning. Did a little bit of highlighting and contouring with these handy dandy little Revlon Color Stay concealers. Little dark one, right there, right there, underneath my lip, make it look, like I'm not old. On my nose. Guys, you know the routine. I will tell you, pretty happy with the Revlon Color Stay. I was using the pencil ones. I think they're a Revlon product too. Um, I seem to have a little bit more control with this little, I can't think of what it's called. I think it has a name, but this type of applicator I seem to have a little bit more control with, and I'd end up with less mud. So that's a plus for me. Um, Keeping it simple because Lord knows we have to. Of course, still using up. This is, I think, the last one. When I first started using this, I loved it and couldn't find it. So whenever I did find it, I snatched, I think, 2, 3. I can't remember. But I think this is the last one. Um, Although this is a Revlon product and I like the concealers, not going to be buying this again. Um, just because I have found the product that I like better. Um, that it does a good job, okay, but it just doesn't do a I need it to last job. So there we go. And I told you incorrectly yesterday. This is a L'Oreal Silk is Me charcoal eyeliner, and that's what I used to line my eyes out. And of course, I used a little flat brush and put it on there and put it on my eyes. Now the cool thing with the charcoal that I didn't expect to happen is that it has a blue look under my eyes, which kind of has a dual effect of, it brightens and everything. Now I got a little bit different lighting again today because, I use natural lighting. I want you to see me. I'm not using filters. I'm not using special effects. I'm just me. That's it. This is what you get. It's me. Ta-da! Anyway, moving forward. Don't want to really get into a whole lot of silliness just yet because I want to move forward. I want to get my thought for today. Um, I used the Wet n Wild Color Icon 380B Walking on Eggshells palette this morning. Again, just like yesterday, it's 3 colors. Brow bone, crease, eyelid. See, it says it right there. Even I can't mess that up. And trust me, I have discovered that I can pretty much goof. Um, I pulled out my Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Waterproof mascara. Hadn't worn it in a while. Since I was a bit anxious and concerned about today, thought I might ought to, again, Kentucky allergies, I'm sorry. Have to fix Rudolph after we do it. Um, was a little bit concerned that I might be a little weepy, so, you know, I took precautions to guard against having mascara everywhere because who has time for that? Allergies, again, you can see the lack of sleep and stuff underneath my eyes. It just is what it is. So today, just going to kind of do this somewhat, I don't know, just how I'm just going to talk to you from my heart, okay? Can I do that? Yeah, I can. Had to be at the hospital with my parents this morning. And I'm going to be honest with you. A part of me was very scared. A big part of me. I didn't sleep well last night, namely because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up in time to be at the hospital at the right time. And, you know, anxiety with that kind of overrode being able to sleep. And thinking about the what ifs. So when I got up this morning, I turned on K-Love. And first couple songs, I can't even remember what they were now. But they started to feed into my spirit and into my soul and started to encourage me. And then I love sometimes, you know, different versions of the same thing can speak volumes to you over and over again. And partway through the morning, and I've heard this verse, you probably have, a bazillion times in my life. It is Isaiah 40:28. It says, "Have you never heard? Have you never understood? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of all the earth. He never grows weak or weary. No one can measure the depths of his understanding." And again, that's Isaiah 40:28 NLT version. But anyway, whenever I started to, whenever I started to think about that scripture and started to let it, and listen to the music, and I started to let it soothe my soul. Made it to the hospital, and, I've kind of tried to make it a point that whenever something is going on, that I steal away. I find a quiet. I find a calm. So I had my headset and my ear thing, not headset. But anyway, while we were sitting there, my dad had to have a procedure done today. And while we were waiting for them to prep him so we could go back and see him before the procedure, this song just swelled up in my spirit. How great thou art. So when Mom came out, I put one little earphone in her ear and one in mine, and we listened to the song together. And I told her after, and the particular video that I chose had the lyrics written on the screen, which was awesome. And I told her, I said, I decided that I would let you listen to, because that way if my eyes leak, yours can leak with me. But anyway, after I listened to that song, every other little thing kept telling me, oh my gosh, it's going to be bad. It's going to, this is going to be the one that's the bad one. This is, prepare yourself, prepare yourself, prepare yourself, prepare yourself. And I kept thinking in my mind, what? How great is my God? So after the procedure, we were talking with one of my father's doctors, and I just felt compelled to talk to him about, this journey that we've been on and the blessings that have come out of it. And I was telling him, I said, this journey has changed me. I was quiet, somewhat shy, around certain people, not so much. But as far as doing what I do here, no, not something that I would normally do. And we started talking about, how you handle bad situations or things, how it affects you and how it prepares you. And one of the things that he said is that fear, dog chewing on a bone if you can hear him in the background, sorry, they missed me. But anyway, fear can do one of two things. Fear can shut you down or it can motivate you. And I had not realized exactly how much fear per se has motivated me. It has motivated me to cling tighter to my faith, to hold on tighter to my beliefs, to trust in the God, my Creator. It has prompted me to reach out to people that I don't even know through YouTube videos, to do sparkle videos. It has prompted me and pricked my heart to be more caring and more compassionate for people. And I had not even given it really a second thought until today, whenever we were talking, and as I was explaining some of the blessings that's come throughout this journey, I had to just tell him, I said, this has changed me. And it has. This has changed me, and it continues to change me, because I refuse to quit. I refuse to give up. I refuse to stop. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe I can help somebody. And I fully intend to. I fully intend to care about you. I fully intend to show you compassion and love. And in sharing my life with you, I hope that I bring you hope. I hope that I uplift you, because that's my goal of doing Sparkle. Guys, I deal with chronic pain. Today, I'm happy to say that I have pretty much maybe a level of a 2 for pain, which is phenomenal. Haven't been at a 2 in a long time. I'll take it. I'm worn out. But anyway, I forgot to tell you my lipstick. Yeah, I know. Shiny thing. And maybe I did, I don't know. But just to make sure, it is a oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a Revlon. Big thing right around here. Almost called it a L'Oreal. And it is $4.40, Cherries in the Snow. I think my sister got this for me. Anyway, so, I've just decided that I'm glad that fear, and whenever I say fear, I'm sorry, but we're all going to feel fear. We're all going to feel afraid. We're all going to have emotions. That's just who we are. We're people. We're human beings. So, what I'm saying is that, I chose to couple my fear with my faith. I choose to combine them. I choose to let the fear push me deeper into my faith. I'm going to keep doing it. I told you yesterday in yesterday's video, I'm not done yet. And I'm pretty sure that was probably bad grammar, but I'm not finished. There's still work for me to do. There's still people for me to help. There's still people for me to encourage. There's still people for me to love. So I just wanted to stop by today and tell you that the mayor's okay. We had a good report. And that God is good. And that we have a loving God who cares about us. Who cares enough to let us choose to let fear either motivate us or shut us down and destroy us. I'm not being shut down. Too many times in my life, fear has won. Insecurity. Whenever I pulled into the parking lot at the hospital, my little Kylie song was playing, and It's Greater by Mercy Me. And I started, I just kind of started thinking about the lyrics, and they say, you know what? I hear these voices telling me I'll never be enough. I'll never, But then I hear a voice that says, and I'm not getting the lyrics in context or correct. I'm just paraphrasing. That tells me who I really am. And that voice is greater, and that voice matters more than what anybody else has to say. And I was sharing that with my mom. I was like, all too often, I caught myself getting bogged down, worried about what everybody else is going to think about me. You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. I've made a lot of bad choices. I've made a lot of mistakes. And I've done things that I knew better than doing in my life. And I probably am going to make some more mistakes. I'm going to mess up. Doesn't define me. I've told you I don't know how many times. What defines you is what God thinks of you. And as long as I have His stamp of approval on me and on my life, I'm okay. So I'm going to allow my faith and my fear to motivate my faith. I'm going to continue to allow it to... That's my stomach. I don't know if you heard that or not. But I'm going to continue. Apparently I need to eat. I'm going to continue to dig inside of me because I like the changes that I'm seeing. It scares me to death. I'm just going to tell you. I'm a big chicken. And some of the things that I'm doing and some of the stepping out of my comfort zone is a little frightening. But the way has already been paved. God took care of that. My footsteps are ordered by His design. So you know what? We're going to have a wonderful day. And like I told my dad before they took him back for his procedure, left foot forward. So I leave you today with a closing thought. Good Lord, something just went crazy with messages coming in. The other iPad, apparently. But anyway, my closing thought. Fear can motivate you, or it can destroy you. You have a decision to make. I hope that you choose to let fear motivate you, to make positive changes in your life, better choices. You're worth it. You're really, really worth it. And if nobody else tells you, today, I am telling you, you are worth it. You are loved. If nobody else around you loves you, love yourself. God loves you. It's just that simple, guys. So, let your fear motivate you, or let it destroy you. You get to make that choice. So, this is today's Sparkle. I hope I've given you some food for thought. Left foot forward. Remember, I am the mayor's daughter. Like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave me positive feedback, constructive criticism, questions, whatever, down below. Follow me on Facebook. Check out my website for Posh. You know, all of that information is below. Website for Posh is www.sparklingwithposh.po.sh. And of course, my Facebook is Vicki L. Nunn Cadle. If you need someone to talk to, you need a friend, you need an ear, message me. I'll do the best I can. Promise. I might not get it right. I might not have the right answers, but I'll do the best I can. So, have a great day. I'll see you. Bye.